Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining Danielle and I. If you have not met Danielle before, you could do on a previous interview that we had. I think it was last week. And it's such an important interview for people who have been left by their spouses. It has got a lot of information on how to cope with the new situation that you find yourself in. A lot of valuable information and help on there. So do check when your spouse leaves you on thedivorcemagazine.co.uk. There will be a link anyway from this website, so from this video, so you will be able to follow that on. My name is Soila. I'm the founding editor of thedivorcemagazine.co.uk, and I also work with parents who are going through divorce and are very concerned about their children. I'm a child therapist and a parenting practitioner. So if you're struggling with your children, or if you're concerned about your children and how they're coping with a new transition and new changes, do email me, soila@thedivorcemagazine.co.uk, and we can take it from there. So I'll let Danielle reintroduce herself again, and she can tell us what it is that she does. Hi, Danielle.
Hello, Soila. Nice to speak to you again.
Nice to speak to you.
I'm Danielle Barbero. I work with people who are going through difficult divorces and separations. My clients are referred to me by family solicitors or matrimonial solicitors when they find that their clients are not coping. So they address, obviously, the legal point of view of the divorce, and I support them emotionally through these very difficult times.
Okay, great. And just really quickly, last time I think we didn't mention how clients can contact you in terms of the fact that it's not just visiting you. There are other ways that you can work with your clients. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Yes, and not do I do face-to-face coaching with clients, but I also work via Skype and the telephone. It's quite possible to do that, and I enjoy doing it too.
Okay, great. This interview was prompted by a book that Danielle has written, and she sent it to me, and it's a brilliant book. It's called After the Split. And today we're going to look at one of the chapters in her book, which is to do with affairs. So I have just a few questions for Danielle with regards to affairs. And the first question would be, it sounds sometimes like a really simple question, but it's not that obvious. But why do people have affairs?
Yes, it's actually a really important question, because I think that most of my clients, I would say 99% of my clients, are actually at the receiving end of their partner's affair. So not only do they have to cope with a separation, a divorce, and we know how difficult that is, but also they have to go through emotions which are humiliation, jealousy. It's a horrible situation. There are many reasons why people have affairs. Some people just have an opportunity and maybe think that they will not get caught. They may not be thinking about the repercussion of having, a banter with somebody. I think also a lot of clients feel, a lot of their partners feel that they are stuck in a rut. And there's also the phenomenon of aging. We all know, for example, an older man will go have a mistress who is younger. I think that's the fear of aging and thinking, well, is that all there is in life? But actually, for me, the biggest reason why people have affairs is that they feel stuck in a rut and no longer know how to communicate. And there is no recognition from the partners. They don't feel valued by their partner, and then they are very likely to look elsewhere.
Danielle, could you just repeat that last bit, what the biggest reason for having affairs, in your opinion, is? I think it kind of broke.
Okay, to me, it's a lack of communication between the partners, and communication is absolutely key to relationships. And especially when the partners feel that they are no longer valued by their partner, then they are likely to look elsewhere.
My second question is, can a relationship survive an affair?
Well, that is a really difficult one. It's difficult because everybody is different and you can't just give a blanket answer to that question. Everybody has to look and see what applies to them. Actually, a lot of my clients just want clarity when they work with me because they just do not know whether they can continue with a relationship or not. It's often comfortable to stay in the relationship no matter what because we don't like what we don't know. But
Oh, we've lost you.
oh, that's such a shame.
Sorry, no, go on. I've got you back again. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's extremely difficult for a relationship to survive an affair because a relationship is based on communication, respect, and trust. And I would say that affairs certainly are at the opposite of respect and trust. And rebuilding those things is difficult, not impossible, but very difficult. I do know of clients who do manage it.
Okay, and I've just thought of this question, so it wasn't part of my list that I have there. But would you say once a cheater, always a cheater?
That is often the case unless the reasons for the breakup and for the cheating have been really worked through. It's a matter of having honesty. Why did it happen? Working through it. And at the other hand, for the other partner to truly forgive and not mention the affair all the time. Okay. And if these two ingredients are there together, there's a slim chance that it could work.
Okay. And should you ever take your partner back?
It's a similar question, isn't it? This is such a personal question. You have to look at the situation. Sometimes a relationship, an affair, can serve as a wake-up call to a relationship. Yeah. Suddenly, both partners are thinking, oh my goodness, what could we lose here? And if you are able to really look at why it happened in the first instance and work through this, it might be possible to resolve the situation. If you want to do this, a lot of things need to happen. The first one is that communication, real communication, needs to be re-established between the partner. The partner who is at the receiving end of the affair has to be forgiving, and the other partner has to really, really be understanding and realize that it is very difficult for the other one to accept and to work through it. That frankly, you realize how many ifs I'm putting together. It's a very, very tall order. I would be wary also about staying in something simply because we are frightened of finding out, what's happening elsewhere. It's extremely scary to be on your own, especially after a long time, and especially when you feel that it's unfair, and an affair is unfair. So being on your own after that is extremely difficult, but it might be the very best thing. Life is about endings and new beginnings. Yes, yeah. That's what it's all about. Sometimes when I work with clients, frankly, I say to them, no point in going any further. Okay. You will keep hurting each other. Others can work it. So as I say, it's a very personal situation, and nobody can tell you what to do. And on this one, I would say, take your own counsel. It's all very well that your mother or your best friend says, leave him. It has to be right for you and only you.
Yeah. And my final question to you, Danielle, would be, do you have any tips on moving on from an affair? Whether it's if you've decided to stay with her or with him, or you're going off on your own. Do you have any tips for moving on from an affair?
If you are leaving, then everything is open for you to renew yourself and to find a new person. I think it is actually an opportunity to move on to something better, as long as you've understood your role in the breakup, and that you are not going to do the same mistakes again. If you are deciding to stay in the relationship, it's very, very tough, but my main advice would be communicate. Truly listen to your partner. Learn how to listen to each other, learn to being tolerant of each other, being tolerant of each other's mistakes. There's a lot to learn, but it is possible. Communication is the key. And if you move on, actually pretty much too, because you need to understand and never do it again, and be not feel that you're somehow unworthy as a person. You are worthy.
Yeah.
Stand tall, and you will find the right person in the future.
Would you recommend couple counselling?
Yes, certainly. Before you decide, especially if you've invested a lot in a relationship, if you've been married a long time, if you have children, yes, I would say do that. It's very, very useful. Okay. But equally, couple relationship is about clarity, and sometimes we just have to accept that despite everything, it's not going to work.
Okay. Thank you so much, Danielle, once again.
My pleasure. So I really loved it to speak to you.
I might continue reading your book and find some more questions, and I might be emailing you about more interviews because it's a brilliant book.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if anybody wanted to contact you, how can they go about it, Danielle?
The book, which is called After the Split, in fact, I have it in front of me, so I quickly show the cover, is available from both Kindle and Amazon, which might be easier than going into my own website.
Okay. All right. And they can find your details on there?
That's right.
Okay. All right, Danielle, thank you so very much.
My pleasure, and thank you, Soila.
Okay, for those who are watching or listening, don't forget to subscribe to the divorcemagazine.co.uk's YouTube channel, which is The Divorce Magazine on YouTube. And because we have new videos going on there, quite often. So just to be kept updated on what is going on there. And also to subscribe on the divorcemagazine.co.uk website itself to be kept updated on the blogs that keep going up there. We have loads of information from divorce professionals, divorce experts, who I'm sure will be able to help you in one way or the other during this time. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.